She has said Charlie's murder, quote, had to be approved by Charlie's friends, and then suggested those friends might have her murdered too for, quote, knowing the truth.
I never said that. Obviously, in the context that he put it in, we're going to need to hear the full sentence because you're trying to context it in a way that is just untrue. I just want to know why, Charlie. I want to know why the decision was made to murder Charlie Kirk, a decision that very clearly had to be approved by Charlie's friends. That's all I have. I want to know why. I think we deserve to know why. And instead, we're going to be sued. I guess, is this going to be the pathway forward? You're going to start murdering more people in broad daylight for knowing? Is that our consequence? Is that like the slave consequence? Is that like, catching a slave and cutting off their limbs? People have watched the show. They know exactly what I've said. And I tend to stand by what I've said. And I do stand by everything that I've said. No one, and I mean absolutely no one, outside of my husband and Erica Kirk, has the power to shut me up. There's nobody that has the capacity to get me to shut up about this except for Erica Kirk and my husband. I'm not going to stop unless Erica Kirk asks me to stop. If Erica Kirk asks me to be quiet, I will be quiet.
Stop.
I just do not accept any of that. I was in this aggrieved stage and I really didn't poke my head up until weeks later when I could stop crying about it every second. Charlie Kirk, my friend, is dead. First, this is fantastic that Preborn is doing this to remind you guys about Pure Talk. Also reminding you guys about American financing. Also reminding you guys about GNO land. Also telling you guys about Just Thrive. You can head over to our website, CandaceOwens.com. You can sign up, buy yourself a hat. I was totally in a cloud of grief. Okay, you remember I had to go away to Wyoming just to breathe. Like, what am I doing wrong here that I have to go away and cry for a long time and everyone else just kind of seemed giddy? That's the only way I can describe it, like giddy. That emotion shouldn't be possible. It shouldn't be possible, actually. I certainly didn't suspect Turning Point USA would be, as I believe, involved in a cover-up. It doesn't necessarily mean they were involved in plotting to kill him. And I've never said that. Cam Higbee is on the payroll of Turning Point USA, the very organization that just had its leader assassinated in broad daylight in front of the entire world. Obviously, for this to have been pulled off, there had to have been multiple people involved. There had to have been people at Turning Point that were complicit in having this happen.
You said that people at Turning Point were complicit in his murder.
No, my exact sentence that I said was that there were people at Turning Point who are engaged in a cover-up.
No, you didn't.
I believe
Sorry,
that
you didn't.
thoroughly.
Candace, you didn't say that.
There had to have been people at Turning Point that were complicit in having this happen.
You said there were people at Turning Point complicit in his murder.
Okay.
That's what you said.
She has accused us of lying about Charlie wanting Erica to take over for him if he died.
Never happened. In the event of his untimely death, he just, in the third notebook, he was like, oh, and if I accidentally get shot on campus, here's what you should do. Call Erica, and then after you call Erica, come find this notebook. And if during this process of our imagination, common sense comes on and we're like, but wait, Charlie, wasn't he like a boy genius? He's a pretty bright kid. Wouldn't he have maybe formalized that succession plan outside of like a diary? Never happened. And thinking that a shot went off from here, if that was just maybe like decoy number 2, and actually Charlie was shot from beneath him, which then could maybe explain why there was no exit wound. Maybe everyone's looking up when we should be looking below, right? Maybe we should be looking below. People are doing very, what I would say, credible videos. People that certainly have the credibility are ballistics experts that are saying that what we see in the front is an exit wound, not an entry wound. Theory that is being floated that Charlie was shot from the back. And I'm telling you this 100%. Charlie Kirk was shot from the front. And at least a fragment of the bullet was recovered from his neck. What I can state rather unequivocally is that there is now more evidence, more evidentiary support that Charlie may have been killed by a rigged explosive device that was on him. I never dismissed the exploding mic theory. I was always clear to my team that I thought there was something there. And then my producer has a note that there are a lot of comments asking about the microphone theory. Here's what I will say about that. When I looked at image from the side, the microphone is still on him afterwards. So like when you see it from on, it looks like it kind of disappears, but then it kind of shifts. When you look at the When you look at the perspective slightly to the left, you see that it actually stays on him and it's just in the fold. I would imagine if anything did sling into him with that kind of a force, it would fall off. And I can tell you it doesn't fall off. Yeah, I never changed my mind. Maybe we should be looking below. Charlie was shot from the back. Charlie Kirk was shot from the front. Charlie may have been killed by a rigged explosive device that was on him. I'm certain he is going to probably be doing a lot of interviews in the near future. I just cannot see how this would lead to anything other than a full confession from the government about the military's involvement in his assassination. Like I said, I'm going to put together a fundraiser for you. And I do believe you are a missing piece of this. I don't know what comes next, but I just want you to know that like you have an ally in me, and I hope you see that I am a fighter. And when I see good people and bad things happen to them, I will fight.
We didn't know what it was going to lead to. And I was like, I couldn't have been more deferential in saying that this could literally lead to nothing. You know, like, hey, this guy said this, whatever. And then all of a sudden you guys every day are obsessing over it. Won't let it go. I had him on the show. That was it.
Charlie Kirk stopped speaking to Victor Marx entirely. Their relationship, unfollowed each other. I've spoken to several people about this. They didn't know what the falling out was about, but there was a very big falling out between Charlie and Victor Marx. He had completely stopped talking to him. They had stopped following each other. You never had a falling out with Charlie?
No. He still follows me.
They said it was a period. The person had said it was a period. They weren't saying that it was forever. And hopefully we will get some answers from Victor Marx about what his falling out was with Charlie Kirk, if that was ever patched out, actually. Very small group, exclusive group of donors in Aspen in August. And thus far, 2 do not remember Charlie saying that. And also, update to what I said to Barron yesterday. Another donor who was at the Aspen event does remember, actually says that they do remember Charlie mentioning Erica if, situation, something happened, that Erica would know what to do. So that seems to check out. The donor, I think, is a very good person, and there is a donor that does specifically remember that. 3 out of the 4 people, and one was a couple, did not remember Charlie saying this. The 4th person, or rather couple, who said that they did remember it, I cannot stress this enough, the donors who were in attendance in Aspen are telling me that Charlie never said this. Another donor who was at the Aspen event actually says that they do remember a couple who said that they did remember it. What about his burial? How come we haven't seen anything about his burial? And the reason that's like a big hush-hush secret is because he is buried in a Catholic cemetery.
Repeatedly questioned why we weren't being told where Charlie Kirk is buried, or even if he has been buried yet. Did you get those answers?
You have the wrong commentator who questioned that.
You've never asked where Charlie's buried?
Nope. Did you bury him? Do you think that they cremated Charlie? I ask myself that question.
Disturbing part that people are trying to guess where Charlie is.
Why is that disturbing?
Can I have one thing? Can I have one thing? Can my children have one thing?
Seems a little weird to me. A little sus, a little over the top. I would just answer the question. I'd say, yes, he was cremated, or no, he was not cremated.
You've never asked where Charlie's buried?
Nope. He is buried in a Catholic cemetery. Did you bury him? Can we get a yes or no? Is he cremated? So who would you say is his arch nemesis? Nick Fuentes? Okay. He delivered a more impassioned response to what happened to Charlie than Charlie's wife did. And we just have a very brief portion of her remarks, which you should pursue in their entirety.
The cries of this widow will echo around the world like a battle cry. To everyone listening tonight across America, the movement my husband built will not die. It won't. I refuse to let that happen. It will not die.
Beautiful, powerful words. Charlie had just one wife.
And I have Candace Owens claiming I murdered my husband.
Just an obvious lie. I think Erica is calculated, and I want to say to JD Vance, you better wake up fast, okay? That's a Black Widow, my friend. The Black Widow, the CEO. Just an obvious lie. People have watched the show. They know exactly what I've said. And I tend to stand by what I've said. And I do stand by everything that I've said.
And I'll say it again. Please stop.
Please stop. Please stop lying. But as soon as she tells me what it is I've lied about, I will cease lying immediately.